Heyo.
Hey.
Good
Sorry,
morning.
Checking my beard.
It looks good
What's
from
up,
where I'm
dude?
sitting.
Does it?
Do you have a, oh, I see you don't have a rubber band in there today.
No, I don't. But I bought 90s wrestler color rubber bands.
Really? Like neon?
Neon, like pink and orange and green, and I look like Marty Jannetty.
Oh.
Or the Ultimate Warrior.
Oh, Marty Jannetty.
Yeah.
Did you hear about Marty?
No.
I thought there was a specific reason you mentioned Marty Jannetty there. Did you hear about Marty? So
No.
like Marty Jannetty, we're gonna jump. Welcome to the morning after.
Good morning.
That's Big Joe. I'm JP. Welcome everyone. Just to preface this, we're both on the road today. No guest today. Just we're on the road. I'm in the Bay Area doing some business. And Joe, where are you right now?
I'm in Northern California. I'm in Red Bluff. Driving my my kid home. We're gonna do some camping. We're road tripping it up, and we're both randomly in a hotel.
How is that, by the way? What hotel are you staying at?
What is it? The I don't know. What is this one? The Hampton Inn Suites.
Oh, okay. I'm near the Hampton. There's a Hampton down the street. I don't like the way it looks. I went to the Hyatt. I'm over here at the Hyatt. You know,
I went here because there was a pool, but there was
I
a
lost
bunch of
your
people.
audio there, Joe. Where are you?
Can you hear me?
Did you mute yourself?
No. Am I still muted? Yay, nay.
All right. Figure your audio out, Joe. What's going on here, buddy?
How about now?
I'm going to kick you. I'm kicking you from the stream. Can you hear me? Yeah, I'm kicking you.
I can hear you.
You're going to have to come back. All right. Well, it's just me, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Who's there today? Good morning, Nick. Good morning, Coach Lore. Coach Floor says, don't tell people where you are. Protects your buttholes. That's fair. Yeah. See, I didn't say where exactly I was. You know, I'm in Northern California and I'm at a Hyatt. You're gonna have to go to every Hyatt if you want to get to this butthole. So we're just waiting for Joe to come back. He lost his audio midstream. So no guest on the program today. It's just me and Joe. We're chatting. We're on the road. I'm up here recording stuff with my band. Joe's doing his thing. Let's see. Can we add him again? Hey, buddy.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Oh, I can hear him. There he is. That's my
buddy. Gosh. I felt so alone for a second.
You felt alone.
Yeah.
I had to carry the broadcast.
How'd that feel? All those
45 seconds of hell, man. I'm looking at my phone going, oh, I think he's going to come back any second now. But anyway, point is, we're on the road. So you're out there in Red Bluff. That's interesting. If anyone wants to visit him, he's at the Hampton in Red Bluff, right? Did I get
Room
that right?
309.
Room 309. Okay, good. Well,
we got checkout at 11, so when we're done with this, I actually got to get steal the coffee and figure out where the Bible is, and I'm out.
Okay, fair enough. Well, we'll try to wrap this up at 59.
You know I don't wrap anything up.
You don't wrap it up. That's we know that. We know that about you, Mr. Two Kids.
I got proof right over here.
Yeah. How's he doing?
Yeah.
Is he just
if we need a special guest, we got Mr. Dip here.
So
that's his new name is Dip.
Why do you call him that?
It's short for dipshit. He's 13, so
that's okay. All right. So he's
luckily he's got a good sense of humor. So
well, I've said when I was 13, I said worse things than that. So
there you go.
Can we go back to Marty Jannetty?
Yeah. So what's our boy Marty doing? Unless if it's really bad, then I shouldn't be excited.
So Marty Jannetty sort of low key admitted to murder like a couple days ago on Twitter. Let me pull up the story.
Damn. Killing it like Marty Jannetty.
Okay, let's see here. I'm just gonna read it straight off the thing here. He says he posted remarks about making someone disappear when he was 13 years old. The post has been deleted since then, but there's been screenshots. It says, quote, I never told no one this. Never told no one this. I never told no one this, even my brother Gino, because Gino would have killed him, and I didn't want my brother gone. Hell, he'd only recently come home from Vietnam. I was 13, working at Victory Lane's bowling alley, buying weed from a fag that worked there. Whoa.
Yeah.
And he put his hands on me. He dragged me around to the back of the building. You already know what he was going to try to do. That was the very first time I made a man disappear. They never found him. They should have looked in the Chattahoochee River. But Winnie, who is apparently the girl in these pictures, I see now.
He posted pictures too.
Yeah. But Winnie, I likes you so damn much. Probably my favorite. But I promised myself way back then, nobody would ever hurt me again. That includes you. I love you, but you hurt me with your fucking Jamaican jealousy. You can go your own way. I don't need you. Is Jamaican jealousy a thing? What is that?
I have no
I've
idea.
never heard that before. So
It's like, is that like passion fruit?
Let's see.
Damn, that's quite a lot, dude.
In response to someone who asked him if he was doing okay, he commented, "Me and Winnie just had a fallout, but if you're asking about the other thing, I think that's what he's asking about. Yes, that was a billion years ago. Plus, I have the satisfaction of knowing that bitch ass. I don't know what that's supposed to say, but that bitch ass never got to do another kid like that."
Okay.
So he deleted the post. As far as I know, this isn't like a known story in wrestling. This isn't like a bit of wrestling folklore. This is news. But he deleted the post. Like, you know how the internet works, right? As soon as you post something up, like it's there. It's there.
Oh, people have it. Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
I bet you somebody called him, and he probably left it up there for a good amount of time, and someone called him like, "Are you crazy? Take that down."
Absolutely.
Or the police department took it down as evidence.
Marty's had problems like like with drugs and stuff, at least since the early 90s, as far as maybe earlier. But like I've always just felt bad for him for all these years. But looks like he killed a guy.
When he was 13, damn. I always thought he was, what's that?
In hate crime fashion, too.
No, exactly. And
absolutely,
damn, that's tough stuff, man. That's
How does it feel to know your all-time favorite wrestler is a murderous homophobe?
That sucks.
See, I picked Shawn. Shawn was my guy.
Who, Shawn Michael?
Yeah.
Michael?
He was just an asshole. I don't think he killed anyone.
Nah, he just kicked him in the chin.
Killed him with that sweet chin music.
The other night I was watching TV and they were playing WrestleMania, or not WrestleMania, but SummerSlam when they were in Paris. It was Bret the Hitman Hart versus the British Bulldog.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was in Wembley Stadium in London.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they played all that.
I know my shit.
No, please. That's I like that.
Yeah, that was like British Bulldog peak popularity too.
There you go.
Yeah.
He looked good too.
Yeah, totally. But the story behind that match is that he was a complete mess, and Bret had to carry him through the entire match.
Really?
Like, yeah. I forget what happened, but he was in terrible shape when he got there. I don't know if he was drunk or on the numerous pills that wrestlers take or took. But he was in terrible shape, and Bret pretty much carried the entire match.
I kind of did notice that. I saw there was a moment where Bret had him from behind. He had a headlock, and he looked like he was like talking to him in the ear. Mm-hmm. And I was like, "Damn, what is he like? Are they planning out what's going on?"
Well,
or
they do,
and it was like a lot chatting. Yeah, they do.
Right.
But it just looked like a little bit too much. Like, dude, hey, are we gonna end this soon? He's like, "No, bro, I got this. I'm on a buzz."
Well, I think they were kind of like going towards. I think they were thinking about like maybe one day putting the world title belt on Bulldog, but like I think because that was sort of the setup to see how big of a star he really is. You know what I
There
mean?
you go.
But I think since he blew it so bad, like behind the scenes, I think they pumped the brakes on Bulldog pretty quick.
I never really thought he was that big of a wrestler, anyways. And then I kind of watched that, and I was like, oh, dude, okay, if he's the main event, I can see that.
That was his big moment. That was definitely peak Bulldog. Absolutely.
Yeah, there you go.
But see, Marty Jannetty never got that moment.
No, actually, my only experience with Marty Jannetty was when he came back, he jumped over the railing and attacked Shawn Michaels.
That was in like the mid '90s, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was right before the NWO thing, and then the NWO started doing that in WCW.
You know, I would say I wish him the best, but it looks like he killed a guy out of murderous homophobic hate. So
Yeah, don't.
We're
gonna sweep that one on the run.
Yeah, I hope justice is served in that case. So anyway, it's a little thing about Marty.
How's that album coming?
It's thank you for asking. We're doing drums. Yeah, I'm up here doing an album with my band Stray Rebel Bullet, and we've been doing drums for 4 days straight, and I haven't even laid a note down on my guitar. So
yeah,
I don't know if you've sat in a recording studio during drum recording, but it's 8 to 12 hours of drums.
Yeah, that sounds like a headache to me.
It's a headache. You know, it's fun because it's like, wow, these are coming out great. I love hearing big, heavy fucking drums, but once you've been in there for hours and hours and hours of it, it gets a little tedious. So, you know, we're taking breaks, we're eating food, and we're going out for smoke breaks and going in and sitting down. Oh my God. But I got to go back today, and I'm going to go do some guitar parts, hopefully. But yeah, it's going well. We're having a great time. We're best friends. It's just going a little slower than we had all envisioned. But we're working with Sam Pura, who runs the Panda Studios, and his work speaks for itself. So we're happy to be linked up with him. But I got to get the hell out of here, man. I can't be here all year trying to finish this record.
Let's get it done. It's kind of stressful, especially once you hit a snag like that.
Yeah,
I know I've had it to where we didn't know a song, and we're sitting there trying to like play this, you know, and we would record live Violation Wound, and so we'd take it like over and over, and we wouldn't do punch-ins. We wouldn't do punch-ins or anything like that. So it was the whole thing of can you play it or can you not? So
you've told me that before. I was going to ask you about that. You guys have sort of a policy in Violation Wound. It's like we don't punch in that and all that bullshit. We don't do part by part. Can you play the song or can you not play the song?
Yeah, exactly. And I normally, like, even my bass runs or anything like that, like they're always kind of improvised. I mean, I know what I'm going to do. They're always kind of improvised, but it's different every time. And so, I mean, there's a lot of things where I might do a run that I don't even remember what I did because I did it like 12 other times.
How, has a producer ever pushed back on you guys because of your methods?
Only to Chris using a tuner. That's it.
Oh, they wanted him to use a tuner.
Yeah. And we always tune by ear. So I tune up, he tunes to me, and then and that's it.
I mean, I like if you tune by ear, that means no one can play to your stuff on CD.
There you go.
They will, but it will sound just a little off.
Exactly. They're going to go like, well, what note is it? You know, they're going to be, is it a half step, a whole step, full step?
Yeah. Recording's fun. Recording's goddamn fun. And especially when you got a producer that really enjoys what they do and they're not yelling at you, and that can actually work with you.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's always a fun time for me.
The mere request to tune a guitar, I think, is fair.
Well, we ended up getting it down, you know. It was just, you know, when you're used to doing your own thing, you know, used to doing your style.
What was the smoothest recording process you ever had as a musician?
I think they were all kind of stressful as time went on. I don't know. I think eventually it just starts off like it was almost like a warm up thing. Like it always starts off kind of rocky. You know, you have to travel to wherever you're going. You're a little stressed out, and then once you get warmed up, you're stretched out, and you're playing a little bit better. Then it's just like the downhill ride. But I don't think I've ever had like a downhill joyride for a recording session.
Yeah.
I remember doing ZH, and I don't remember what song it was, but there was a part you guys kind of changed something in the guitars, and Sam wouldn't let me slide with doing my own little thing. I had to like figure out what you guys did. I was like, they changed it on me. I don't know what that. I was like trying to call you guys, like you need to come here and show me this part.
Here's what happened.
What's that?
Here's what happened. We didn't know how to do exactly
Yeah.
what you were doing, and you weren't there. So I think the two guitar players just sort of recorded it how we knew how to do it. And then, as you said, Sam was just like, well, they already did it this way. So
Yeah.
can you just do it that way? And you're like, but I wrote the damn riff and they're playing it wrong. They're playing it wrong. And it took me 20 minutes to figure it out, you know, but when you're in the heat of the moment, like I'm sure like it felt like 3 hours, like I'm sitting there going like, oh, Sam's getting pissed, you know, and like, no, it just took me 20 minutes, like, okay, that's similar, you know, Yeah,
and then that's how it's supposed to be.
Feeling like you're under the gun and feeling like there's a time restriction is really, I don't recommend it. It's a terrible way to make music, but that's the reality. Recording isn't cheap, and you got to get in there and you got to get, can you play the shit or can you not?
Yeah, no, you don't want to waste anybody's time or money because especially if it's coming out of your own pocket, can get expensive.
It can get expensive depending on who you're working with. If you've got a producer that's a homie and it's a sort of backyard boogie kind of thing going on, that's all good. But
did you have any moments like that doing the ZH album?
Like where we hit snags and stuff? Well,
or snags or anything just silly like that?
You know, it took forever to record Entitled to Enlightenment. That it took like a year, didn't it?
Did it take that long?
It took a long time, man. It took a long time. Not really. I think it was fun. I just wish like we had just put all the days together into one, you know, like 3-week period or something like that. Instead, it was so long. But Sam, the guy, you know, Sam Z, who produced it for us, he was a busy guy.
Well, we all were too.
We all were busy. I wasn't even in the state. I went away to Kentucky for a few months during the recording too. But
you were around for my parts.
Yeah, I came. It was right when I got back. I remember I came back and I got to see you lay down some fucking sick bass on that shit. I got to see you do bass for the song I wrote on there, and I was like, I remember I was not. You did everything I wanted you to do. It was great. I was like, oh, and then you hit a little bend thing. Okay, but no snags. It was fun. The whole thing was fun. Working with Sam was really fun. Yeah, I guess I just wish it didn't take so damn long. It took a long time.
Maybe we were just younger and we had nowhere to be, and then we really weren't. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. We had to get it out before we went on tour though, because we were going on tour in the summer in 2013. We had to get it out, and it was so fucking close to the deadline. We had when we sent our CDs to the manufacturer to get printed, we had to have them delivered to Houston, which was our first stop on the tour because they weren't going to be ready in time. Like we needed them for the tour. So we had them delivered to one of our stops to a fan's house.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then we had to go hit up that fan like, hey, do you have our new CD?
He could have said, nope.
Do you have our shipment? But yeah, it was all gravy though. Once it came out, we listened to it for the first time in the tour van. But it was a great time. I liked working with Sam just because he was a really nice guy. I just want my friends to be nice.
Right. No, Sam, I actually really enjoyed working with Sam. I've worked with him a couple times before that, doing Fog of War stuff. And then Violation Wound just did the last album with him. And then a couple other projects I did that as well with him.
You did the last Violation Wound with Sam?
Yeah.
Was it at Hyde Street Studios?
Hyde Street, yeah.
Mm-hmm. How is that place?
The place is really cool. it kind of seems like a lot of people that were a lot of people in the '90s recorded there. So maybe people that were on the tail end of their career. Um, I can't even remember who I saw. I know they recorded the Rugrats soundtrack there. Yeah,
Well,
the
wait,
Rugrats
pause.
movie.
Okay, so Mark Mothersbaugh from Devo. Now I know he did the music for Rugrats, the TV show, like the music, the intro, all the he like scored the television show. Mark Mothersbaugh did.
That makes sense.
Is he responsible for the soundtrack?
It didn't show any pictures. It just showed the actual movie poster.
Oh.
And on the plaque on the wall, and because you're walking through, you see all these plaques and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm not quite sure who was involved with that.
Was the soundtrack banging?
I didn't get to listen to it. It's not like I walked in there and Sam was like, "Dude, you want to hear something that's gonna blow your head off? Check this out." No, it was just on the wall, and they did have notable people on the wall as we went around. So it was a pretty big place.
Can you remember anybody else that was notable?
No, I really can't, because I don't want to say somebody wrong. I can't.
Did were there Bay Area acts, sort of their Tower of Power?
They were California. I want to say like Tupac did one like later, like one of his later albums there.
No shit.
Yeah, it was high caliber people that but it was just later on. It was just not their hits, Like I said, it was on the down end of their careers. I want to say Whitney Houston, but again, I can't remember. But they're high, like I said, high names.
Well, Sam's a killer producer. I'm glad he has a good job there. Hey, did you tell me earlier that you bought an 8-string guitar?
So I have trouble sleeping, so I woke up in the morning and I was looking at Facebook Marketplace. I'm actually looking for a fretless bass just because I want the neck, and I came across it was a Les Paul. Get out of here! You're in my bubble, my Hollywood bubble. I found a Les Paul 8-string guitar for like $250, and I was like literally thinking like I could do that, but I was like, why would I?
Please. Now I don't want to sound sassy, but I will admit that I'm ignorant. Why would you get an 8-string guitar?
Because I'm a bassist.
And you just want more options?
Maybe because I can play bass on one end, almost treat it like a Chapman stick,
Okay. Is it electric?
It is. It was Les Paul shaped.
Okay, right. You said that. So I saw, I think I mentioned this to you last time. I saw the Charlie Hunter trio at Yoshi's one time, and he plays an 8-string guitar. It was acoustic though, but you're right. It does sort of have a Chapman stick kind of vibe to it. He's sort of playing bass and melodies at the same time.
Isn't Charlie Hunter the actor from Sons of Anarchy? The main guy, Jax?
I really hope I'm getting the name right. I might have just named the actor from Sons of Anarchy. Anyway, there's some jazz musician out there that plays an 8-string guitar. But
Yoshi's is definitely a cool place to see bands at.
Would you play your 8-string guitar with a pick, or would you not? And would that be weird, electric style?
No, I'd probably play it with my fingers. I try to use my fingers when I use as pick style, anyways. But I play guitar kind of strumming it with my two index, my index and my middle finger.
I see. The guy from Dire Straits. Mark Knopfler. He plays without a pick. All that ripping guitar you hear on all the Dire Straits songs, Sultans of Swing. He's not playing with a pick. He's just like It's really trippy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's I don't know. I figured if I just keep practicing without a pick, I might stumble across something.
JoE Eppard from 3, right? Does he use?
Oh yeah.
No pick, right?
No, yeah, because he's doing a bunch of different things on the high and the low and all that stuff.
And he's like slapping. He's like really percussive and stuff.
Yeah. Are they even a band anymore?
I don't know. I know JoE Eppard's still doing music and stuff, but I don't know if 3 is a thing. Actually, I think he's trying to crowdfund a new. I think he's trying to crowdfund a new record.
There you go.
They toured recently, like within the last 5 years. Like they toured. I think they toured with like Scale the Summit or something like that. But I really wish I would have seen him. You got me into 3. You hooked me up with your old iPod Touch, and it had
The End Has Begun.
The End Has Begun on it.
Or
and,
something like that. And I'm sure they worded it weird.
Start to finish, that is a fucking incredible album. Like every song sounds different, and that's important to me. I need every song to be. I mean, they can sound similar, but I like when each song has sort of as a chapter of the album, and then all together you've got the album. You know what I mean? So every song sounded different on that album. I highly recommend The End Has Begun by 3, if anyone's ever.
That is definitely a killer album. I'll definitely be listening to that on my road trip too on the way home.
And he's playing just a 6-string guitar. Back to string disturbance here. He makes it sound like an 8-string guitar.
No, he's doing so much on it, and probably because he's not limited to using a pick, and he's sitting there plucking and slapping everything all at the same time. He's doing almost a really classical, taking the classical approach and really just reinventing it.
Now, pardon me if you mentioned it already, but how much was that 8-string guitar going for?
Like $250.
Did you mention that already? I'm sorry if I
did.
Oh, sorry. So about $250, huh?
Yeah, but it was pick up out of Sacramento, and I'm like half an hour out of Sacramento, and
that's
I don't want
fair, right?
I don't want to drive the tour van, and that's my only vehicle right now is the tour van, and it's a 15-seater Ford, and I'm not driving that into any city.
It's $250 plus however much you're going to be spending on gas, which is going to be
and how far I have to walk because I can't park anywhere on the street or wherever I'm going to end up being.
That's a factor for you.
Yeah, just know if you're driving the van, you're going to walk because you're not going to get parking anywhere.
Yeah, no, there's no VIP for you. But people do sort of look the other way when you take up multiple spots in a parking lot, though. You can do that thing where you park perpendicular to the lines, and no one's gonna say anything.
With all the metal stickers on the back, they're like, "Fuck that guy!" Oh shit, look at that. Obituary, autopsy. No, I ain't talking to that guy. Yeah. Zombie Holocaust. No, I don't park like that, but I do when we park in a line on the street because what people like to do, they'll box me in. So like I'll need to back out, so I will kind of be a dick and leave space, a lot of space from me in the front car because the back car will come up and like really just jam me in there. I was like, I need to reverse. And I never hit a car before.
That's just smart parking no matter what vehicle you drive.
Yeah, no, exactly. Just like, people are dumbasses and they don't realize.
I wish I fucking had it with me, but Sam just gave me a sticker, or he had a bunch of them. I took one. He just gave me a sticker, and it says, "I parked." In very small writing, it says, "I'm probably a nice guy," but then in big letters it says, "I parked like an asshole," and then in small letters this time, but I'll have a lot of time to think about it while I'm peeling this eggshell sticker off my car. So it's one of those eggshell stickers that fucking take forever to get off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I cannot wait to fucking use that thing. It says like, "I'm probably a nice guy, but I parked like an asshole this time." I'm just going to put it on the windshield.
Just right in the center.
Right in the center so they know it's me. I used to just put, there is I don't know if I've said this out loud before, but there's a truck that parks at the Vons near my house. And it's got a sticker on it that says, "Fuck your Prius." And I drive a Prius. So I'm like, first of all, why does this guy care so much? You don't have to drive it. Don't fucking worry about my car. And second of all, I'm going to put a Stray Rebel Bullet sticker over your fucking Prius sticker.
Did you already do it?
Yeah. So it was always parked at the Vons. And so I don't know if the person works there or they must. But it's parked in the same spot every time. And last time I was there, I just whipped one out of my glove box and right over it. And not nice too. It was like diagonal. There you go. Like it was an obvious, hateful sticker slap.
That's awesome. He's gonna look it up and then like hunt you guys all down. He's gonna look up your MySpace page and hunt down your top 8.
I already got my response lined up. I can't. I'm not in control of what our fans do with our stickers. We send them out, and that's the last we see of them.
Right? I don't give a fuck.
So,
well, you can be the nice guy about it.
Anyway, we went from 8-string guitars to like parking to stickers.
You know, that's how I got a Stray Rebels bullet sticker on the back of my van, though. Is Jordan just slapped it on? I didn't even know. I'm sure it was on there for like 2 weeks because he visited me in Benicia, and so I haven't seen him. You know, after that, and I realized. But it's also a lot of people do that to me because of all the other stickers.
It's inviting.
Yeah, people put stickers on it all the time. So especially with my old car too, the Element, I had a Honda Element. There was a lot of stickers on that. Somebody put a cool Whiplash sticker on there.
I remember.
At Slaughter by the Water too. I was just about that.
People sort of treat your car as if it's the bathroom at Eli's Mile High Club.
Yeah, no, like they piss on it and they write people's phone numbers on the wall for a good time.
Yeah. You know, the staff's really nice there.
Eli's, they really changed that place up over there. It's really nice over there. I haven't
seen it. I've heard it looks really nice there, but it's been like 5 or 6 years since I've been there.
That's how long it was for me, and honestly, I really don't remember. I just knew that I was out of sorts that night, and I just knew that they had a shower, and I took a shower in their shower in their VIP room.
So is the VIP room a new thing? Because I was,
yeah,
you know, okay.
They expanded the whole back area. I mean, I'm pretty sure when we played there was like 100+ people. We played with the Croc.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the place was just like popping. I was admittedly really drunk, so
yeah.
I did that a long time ago, or not that long ago. But yeah, I definitely they had it was like an upstairs little unit, and you went up there and they had couches and they had a bar in there and they had a bathroom with a shower.
That's awesome.
They didn't have shampoo though, and no towels. I had to use my own shirt.
Excuse me, garçon.
So
like, hey,
I no one believed me.
Go refill the bathroom shampoo.
Yeah, now thinking about it, what was actually like in there, I'm glad there wasn't, you know, like, oh, it looks like conditioner. Why is it all clumpy?
So you think that just Oakland crusty punks just go to spray and cum everywhere?
Well, no, not everywhere. They put it in a condensed little bottle that says conditioner
to trick people.
The trick big fat guys that invite themselves to take showers.
And it worked. You're like, this is good.
All right.
This is good.
No, I just took a dry shower just for the purpose of doing it. And I went out and bragged, and everyone's like, no, you didn't. I was like, fill my hair. Like, dude, you could have, like, that was my only way. It's like, fill my hair. It's wet. I had a little hair. And they're like, okay. So you could have poured a bottle of water on your head. Like, so, yeah, that was a fun show.
So, I mean, I much respect you for having the courage to get into a shower at a music venue. You know, you could have rubbed up against the wall, or you know,
scratch my back.
Your foot might have touched something. You know,
I don't really even remember doing it, or even considering doing it, considering any of those health options. Or I was just pissed that they didn't provide me a towel.
Well, you're a different Joe now. You know,
I am. I'm one that remembers things a little bit better.
Beers free. I think a beers free Joe is going to ask about a towel, is going to ask for some Clorox.
But beforehand, not afterwards.
Yeah, beforehand. You don't want to get up in there until you've.
When was the last time this punk bar's shower been clean? Eli's is awesome. They still have great food. All the pool tables are outside now.
Absolutely. I did love eating there. Yeah.
Yeah, what was your favorite meal?
I would just get a hot dog.
Yeah, no, you got the bacon wrapped hot dog.
Was that it? Yeah, that was it. I'm glad you remember because I don't. But I just, but I do like, I do remember sitting at the bar, enjoying a cheap Olympia or whatever the fuck, and eating a hot dog back when I would drink. Both Joe and I don't drink anymore. Good for us,
Right.
because I can now, as Joe mentioned, we can remember things, which is good. And if I wake up in the morning and I don't feel good, I know that it's not because I because I drank a fuck ton of alcohol the night before. It's good to narrow down your
Right? Like, oh,
yeah,
maybe I should start eating a little bit better instead of like, oh, I'm hungover. Well, let's just take some aspirin and take a
yeah,
little toke and keep drinking.
yeah. That was the life, wasn't it? Yeah. What
Oh
happened?
man.
But we spent all of our quarters in the arcade of booze. Is the way I look at it. You know, they gave us a big handful of quarters, and we spent them all way too damn fast in our booze arcade, and now we're out
I
of
like that.
quarters. And that's just how we gotta. That's life now. We're out of quarters.
I dig it.
Um,
Yeah. Nope. You already spent them. You're
I already
not
spent
getting any
them.
more.
I think I spent my quarters, and then I think I stole someone else's quarters, and I spent those, and then I got courage, and I would just steal quarters, and I would just drink those fucking quarters.
I was definitely one that borrowing quarters from my friends and promising to pay them back, and I never really did. And they knew that
Yeah,
I wasn't.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah, fun time.
we're the better for it.
There you go. I dig it.
You know. Let's see what else we got going on today. Oh, you sent me a link to a movie, The Dark Tower. Tell me about this. It's got Idris Elba in it. Why did you send me this movie?
Did I send you a link to the Dark Tower?
You sent me. Well, no, you didn't send me a link, but you
Okay. Yeah. Just
you
brought it
brought
up. I
it
sent
up.
you a link to Edward to the band, but
I got
no,
like
just
yeah.
me and my son as summer's winding down, we're staying up and watching different movies and stuff like that. We just watched Doctor Sleep, and so Doctor Sleep, the tied in to the Gunslinger, is Stephen King, and it's all in the same universe. So the guys from
Oh.
The Shining, Doctor Sleep is the sequel to The Shining.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm looking at the poster now. Okay.
So that's the kid. That's the kid, and then he has The Shining. So all
Oh.
there's other people who have Shining. So that the Gunslinger too, or the Dark Tower, they're kidnapping kids who have The Shining to take down the Dark Tower.
So it says here that it's based off a book or the book,
Yeah.
but the book came out in 2013, which was like way after The Shining.
Yeah. So, but it's the kid grown up,
Yeah,
as an
that's a trip.
adult, like probably like 40s, maybe
Yeah, but
late 30s.
wow, that's a
But
trip because
it's a great movie.
wow.
So, but they'll have different like Easter eggs and different things like that. And so
So
you
it's
get to the Gunslinger, the
yeah.
Dark Tower. I found a Easter egg of Pennywise in there. So
Oh,
all Stephen King's books are connected,
so
at least in the same
Pennywise
universe.
Pennywise might show up in Misery, is what you're saying, right? Stephen
That's
King
what's
did
up. Yeah.
Misery, right?
I
Have
don't
you
know.
seen
Did
it?
he?
Have you seen Misery?
No. Misery Index?
No, just Misery, the movie Misery.
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh my God, watch Misery. It's about it's a classic. James Caan, he's a writer, and he gets into a car accident, and he gets he's like found by Kathy Bates, who's like a super
Oh, I
who's
have
like a
seen that.
yeah, she's like a super fan of his work, and she like keeps him there like while he's like healing, you know what I mean, and like basically like torments him and won't like breaks his ankle hella bad, and you see the foot like bend in half on it makes me cringe.
I'm gonna see if there's any connection to any of those. Because what if Kathy Bates is Pennywise the Clown?
What if every single Stephen King novel, what they all tie into each other?
So that supposedly they do.
That's the truth.
Yeah. So
They
so
all exist.
so it's at least the same universe. So like they're able to, because especially in the Dark Tower, the Man in Black. I don't know if you are familiar with the gunslinger, the Dark Tower.
No.
There's the main villain's this dude named the Man in Black. Yeah, Walter Matthau, I think.
Walter Matt, that guy's been dead forever, man.
I know it. I remember when he died. No, he goes by Walter and Randolph Flagg. So, anyways, the Man in Black was actually is in two of other or three other Stephen King books. The one that I've read was The Stand. He was pretty much the main villain. Yeah. He went by Randolph Flagg in that, but it's the same dude.
I see. Okay. So I'm learning as we go here.
I don't know. I think things like that. So just I don't know. We've been staying up watching the Dark Tower, and then the guns or Doctor Sleep, and now
I saw that Idris Elba was in it. I fucking love that guy.
Yeah,
he's awesome.
I dig him, and it was a little different than the book, because we actually on the road we've been listening to the audiobook.
Yeah,
but I think they did a really cool job in the movie. Nice. And he was great in it too.
If there's a book version, do you make it a point to read the book first?
No, I'm not that. I'm definitely lazy, and
you read.
I watch the movie.
You read.
I try to. I read because I don't really like to read. It's kind of like you got to use it or you're going to lose it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you really know me, you know that I'm not a good speller or a good reader. And so I definitely try to read because I don't want to miss out on stuff like that. I tell my kids the same thing. Like there's a whole fantasy, just like the Dark Tower and all Stephen King stuff. There's what?
Isn't it Mr. All Right as the Man in Black? That's Matthew McConaughey.
Oh yeah. No, he was in the I couldn't read it. I need my glasses. Yeah, no, he was the actor. I didn't like that match until I've seen the movie a couple times. But anyways, I just read so I don't, so I know how to read. I don't want to miss out on anything.
You're afraid you're going to I'm pretty sure it's like riding a bike, but you're afraid you're going to lose your skill.
Exactly. I won't be able to read the hateful comments posted on my Instagram page.
Well, I'm sure there'll be plenty more, so you'll have plenty of practice.
I got a lot to look forward to.
That's right.
So, and then also Stephen King's universe. He has a son, and he had a comic book called what is that? Lock and Key, and that just went out on Netflix. An adaptation of his comic book. Oh,
here we go.
That's Joe something.
Got a little juicy bit here from
here we go.
Coach Lore. There is an Easter egg in Misery. Annie speaks about the Overlook Hotel that was burnt down in reference to The Shining. Mr. King likes everything connected. One of the things I always loved about him. There you go.
See, that's fun. That's what we've been really tripping on, just the different connections of his universe.
Yeah. Oh, what's this? He's also a really good DJ. He's got to be talking about Idris Elba.
No, he's talking about Stephen King for sure.
Matthew McConaughey, maybe? Hey, man. See everybody jump up and down. Yeah, it's Idris, baby. That man.
All right, I like it. Let's see. I don't think I have any other notes on that.
Yeah, Jeremy says he got to see him. Got to see him spin. Got to see him do his work.
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah. What else we got in the chat going on here? Let's see here. Jay Power says we got parking in Times Square with a van and a trailer. How do you feel about that, Joe? You're a big van driver.
I bet you the van wasn't as big as mine.
What do you think, Jeremy? How big was the van?
It's probably like a 12-seater.
Yeah.
I got the extra 3, baby.
That's good. We got some.
I never even been to Times Square, so yeah, I bet you. Those guys, they toured the ZH lineup before that, and what they were with Premonition, I think.
Yeah.
That was when I think Monica was on bass, and after touring and driving all that way, and all that parallel parking. I bet you by the time you get to New York, you're going to be pretty badass.
Oh, well, for sure. You're a pro at that point.
Or just no one owns a car and it's all cab drivers and everyone, is parking everywhere because their cars are constantly leaving.
Mm-hmm. That's what she said, Jeremy says. I'm sure we said something that sounded dirty back there.
Right? I didn't mean to. I swear.
What else we got going on here? Let's see. Nick says, Dan opened the door on a cyclist.
Yes.
In Times Square. I'd like to hear the story about that.
I bet you not on purpose.
Well, Dan would never do anything mean on purpose.
Yeah, it's out of his character.
Yeah, totally. I remember we were in Santa Cruz doing that summer tour for Entitled to Enlightenment, and we got to Santa Cruz finally, which means everybody got to go see their girlfriends or go sleep in their own bed and shit like that, for just like a few nights before we head back up, to Seattle and all that stuff. And so we weren't the headlining band, but we finished our set in Santa Cruz and everybody was pretty much ready to bounce because we're so close to home. I can go sleep in my bed. You know what I mean? Like, so people were trying to like load up the van while there were still bands playing, right? And the only way to do it is sort of along the back wall, right in the band's eyesight. Like they're on stage and they see another band loading their gear out, trying to be slick about it. You know what I mean? We're all up against the back wall, rolling our gear away, but it doesn't look nice. It's not a nice gesture. Like we're there. Let's watch the band. Let's not roll our gear. While they're playing, but this didn't dawn on me or anybody else. We were just like, let's just fucking pack the shit up so we can get the hell out of here. And Dan went off on us. Like we were, when we got out to the curb, he was so pissed. He was like, dude, that is fucked up. Like, I can't believe you guys fucking did that. Dude, they're in the middle of their set and you guys just went across the fucking floor rolling your shit out. And I was like, he's 100% right.
Well, at least you went behind him instead of walking on the stage looking for your chords with like a flashlight or something while they're playing.
It wasn't like in front of the stage. We were as far back against the back wall as we could be.
Yeah.
The point is, the band can see us. You know what I mean? And maybe someone else can see us too. And they might think like, oh, well, if these guys aren't paying attention, should I pay attention? I hope nobody thinks like that.
No, but, exactly. No, I can see that because you'd be a little bummed out while you're playing. You're not really. Like, oh, everyone's leaving.
It's discouraging.
Fog did that to some kids one time. We were playing in San Francisco, and we were playing. It was a Friday. It was a Saturday night, and we played. I think we had gigs all weekend. Mm-hmm. And anyways, this band, we were headlining the show, and this band came up to us. These young kids, and they were pretty good. We listened to their demo. Like, hey, this is like our first show out in the city. Can we headline? They're like, yeah. I'm like, are you going to stay and watch us? I'm like, yeah, dude, we'll totally stay. And we totally played and brought our shit to the car and bounced out. Like we didn't even, I don't even know if they were good at all. They were kind of like a power metal band and we were, thrash band. We're like, yeah, we're not. No, see you later.
Do you happen to remember the name of that band?
I have no idea.
Oh man, I was hoping we can give them a shout out.
Nah, I wish I could. That had to have been 2005. That was right around the time we met Hatchet. Okay, actually, it was the same weekend we met Hatchet. We played the Pound the night before, and then that's when we.
They're lucky. They're likely to not be a band anymore.
Probably not. I mean, they had the chops and they were good enough to still carry on. So probably the guys are in different bands now. But yeah, they were pretty young.
I think the time to start a power metal band would probably be like now, as far as like popularity in that genre. It seems like people fucking love power metal again. Not so much in 2005. Maybe my memory serves me wrong, but
I can see it. It's funny. You mentioned that, and we're talking about Fog of War because I know that Josh and some of the Fog guys are working on a power metal band.
I would love to have Josh on to talk about that.
Dude, Joshy, where you at, dude? Josh is all buff.
I've seen him. Have you seen his Instagram?
I have. Have you seen him in real life?
No, not in a while.
I think he avoids me because I literally can't keep my hands off of him. I'm literally always touching just all of his muscles. Actually, like he loves it. New. Yeah. No, how'd you get the muscles on top of the muscles, bro? He actually really likes it too. So like, it's just really weird. It's almost as normal as like the girls that used to braid each other's hair and they're just sitting there just braiding it like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, just chop it. I'm sitting there rubbing his like biceps,
Okay, I'll tell this story. One time, I always talk about this. I never, I always like when people remember my name. You know what I mean? Like, because I met a lot of people playing metal and stuff like that, but not everybody remembers me, and not everybody really I would call a friend. But I remember one time playing a show at the Red House. And by the way, all those Red House shows I've played in my life, they all just, in my memory, have just mushed into one memory. It's weird. I can't separate any of those Red House shows. They're all just smushed together. But anyway, one time at the Red House, we played a show, and I felt some hands on my neck behind me, and it was Josh. And then a second set of hands on my neck, and it was Wink. And Josh and Wink were fucking massaging my neck, and they're like, "Hey, Jean." And Wink goes, "Ooh, 2 Fogs, 1 Jean." And I fucking like, and like, it was so funny, but like, more than it was funny, I felt like really like accepted. You know what I mean? Because like,
That's awesome.
nobody gives a fuck. I'm not, like, nobody knows me, and I wasn't in any big bands, and but just to have like 2 guys I don't really know that well, and haven't known for that long, just come up and start massaging my neck and calling me by my name. It felt really good. And
Whispering your name in your ear.
Whispering my name into my ear. I was like, what a nice thing. And I've been, you guys in Fog have always been so nice to me for you. Back when you were in Fog, of course. You haven't been in Fog for quite some time. I was at your last show with Fog. Do you remember?
You were. I do remember that. That was a fun show, and I watched videos of that, and my chops were really, really up there. Like every time I'll see a video from that, I'll go like, man, I need to practice, because I was definitely really, really on it. I felt like I was pretty on point.
No, that was at DNA Lounge with Possessed, right?
No, it wasn't Possessed, but we were opening for somebody. We were opening up for Forbidden.
Oh no! I get them mixed up. It was Forbidden. That was it.
Right. Yeah, Forbidden and Bonded by Blood. And was that the one? And then
tell me about the beer situation.
Yeah, and then it was
okay. Tell me the story about the beer.
Gamma Bomb.
Gamma Bomb. That was it. Tell me the story.
I was trying to think, like, was I drunk for this one? And I was like, okay, no. If there's a fight over beer, I was definitely drunk.
Please tell.
And so there's a band called Gamma Bomb, and I actually really enjoyed them. They were part of the thrash, rehash, and
they called you guys. They called you guys Fuzz of War, by the way.
Did they?
Yeah, when they were up there, they were like, "All right, let's give it up for the bands," and give it up for whoever else was there. And they're like, "And the first band, Fuzz of War," and everyone was like, "Yay!" And then somebody corrected him. He was like, "Fog of War." Sorry.
Bastards.
Really Fuzz of War.
So, but there was a little scuffle in the back. Like the manager told us that, the back room, this is our room, and the other room's from Forbidden. Don't go back over on the other room. So we went in there, and I'm drinking beers, and I go get Lumberjack, and I'm like, "Hey, dude, I know where the beers are. Come on." We go running in there, and I go pick up a beer, and I'm starting drinking it, and then Gamma Bomb walks up to us, and they're from Ireland. So these short ginger dudes kind of come up to me and go, "Hey, those aren't your beers, lad." And I'm like, "No, that's ours." And it turns out there was a miscommunication, and that's theirs, and we weren't supposed to be drinking them, but I had it in my head that I was told I was allowed to drink beers. And so I kind of start drinking them and pass them around, and then they all start mean mugging me, till I realize, like, I'm going to get into a fight with some Irish dudes over alcohol. This is actually kind of cool.
You have crossed the fucking line.
I did, and then, but it did get to the point to where we kind of started arguing. We're looking at each other before we both started playing. Mm-hmm. And I did actually count. There was 6 of them, and I was like, I could probably get through 4 of them, and the rest of them will stomp me, and hopefully John Lumberjack will go get somebody, and I'll only have to take like 1 minute and 20 seconds worth of a beating, and I could probably survive that and walk away with that without having to go to the ER.
So you don't think there's any chance of Lumberjack jumping in and stomping someone out on your behalf?
No, he probably would have gotten help.
He's such a mellow guy. He's gonna go.
He is.
Yeah.
He probably would have got Josh and then Matt, and they probably would have jumped in. Or I figured someone would at least stop it, and I'd be all bloody on the ground and drunk and not being able to feel it. But yeah, I was definitely about to get into a fight with some Irish boys over alcohol.
Over alcohol. Hey, but they started it. The way I see it, they started.
I was told I could drink it, and they told me no. And nobody tells Big Joe no.
Isn't that great? If you never played a show with that band, your opinion would be completely different. But since you happen to get booked on a bill with these guys, and you happen to have sort of a common backstage area with a common bucket of beer, now there's this funk now.
You know what? That's hopefully they forgave us over time, because I still have their merch and stuff like that. They got signed to a label that was pretty big, so they I can't remember which label. I don't even know if they're still around, but they're tight. They were super awesome.
Yeah.
And I was drunk. If I wasn't drunk, I probably would have said like, "Oh, really? This isn't ours?" What the guy said, But we just tempers flew really quickly. And you know me, I'm not the guy to let my temper to get the best of me all the time. Oh, I remember that one.
I heard 4 ZH members almost got into a bar fight at Crayons. Crayons is a bar in my hometown of Castro Valley. Yeah, I wouldn't say we almost got into a fight. What happened, Joe? Did we get into a fight?
We got into a little bit of a stand down. We were asked to. I think Dan was there. I think everyone met up with us.
Okay.
We went to do sets afterward, but we were moving on, and they were claiming they kicked us out. So we're moving on, and these guys come out and said, "Yeah, get the fuck out of here. We told you to leave. Now you're leaving."
No, we're leaving. We decided.
Yeah, we're leaving. And then everyone started getting hot. And my favorite part about the whole thing is like you and Jordan were really upset, and I'm trying to like push you guys back. I'm like, "No, stop it. You stop it. Grow up, dude. We got a gig. We're going to go to jail. We got a gig tomorrow morning."
You totally were dad in that situation.
No, but the greatest
hand on my chest, just pushing me back.
Well, no, and the funny thing was I'm getting you guys to turn around, and and the dude goes, "Yeah, you better listen to your friend." And I turn around and it's like, "You shut the fuck up." And I started charging up. Yeah, but no, I thought we were going to jail that night.
We had a big show the next day. We just decided it'd be smart to absolutely kill ourselves with alcohol. And I was telling you guys, I was like, let's try to chill and not get too drunk, and then look who gets into a drunk almost fight.
But what's the fun in that? We played the venue that just closed down, the one with the pole in it.
Slim's.
We played Slim's.
Slim's is the best venue of all time.
You know why? Because the cook.
Yes.
Remember, dude. They took us back there, and we went into the kitchen. He showed us what we're cooking, and he fed us dinner. And then he went and checked on us like 2 hours later, like, "Hey, how was dinner? Everything good?" Like, and I guess he was a famous cook. Like, everyone fucking loved that dude.
Famous? I didn't know that. I just know that shit was good and it was free.
It was that's what happens when you play Slims.
They might have spent a lot of money having a chef in house, and it just sucks that Slim's had to close down. I'm not surprised because COVID stuff, but from the look,
they were already planning on closing down.
That's what it sounded like.
Like it happened at the very beginning of the pandemic, but they were they came out and said like, "No, this isn't because of the pandemic."
Yeah.
We're doing this because this is what has to happen.
Was Boz Skaggs still owning the place, or
who was that?
I guess you might not have known that Boz Skaggs owned Slim's in the first place, but yeah, jazz musician Boz Skaggs opened up Slim's in the late '80s. Yeah, I don't know if he had ever sold it or not. Jeremy's saying he does. Yes, he does. Boz Skaggs. So
there we go. I'll have to look him up. I'm gonna write that down right now next to my misery note.
That place is awesome. I really miss Slim's. I saw. You know who I saw at Slim's?
Who?
The Insane Clown Posse.
And what were you doing at an Insane Clown Posse?
Rocking the fuck out.
Yeah.
Getting the fuck wicked.
With your Jinko jeans?
No, I didn't have Jinkos. This was '99. And yeah, I am unapologetically a supporter of the Insane Clown Posse. If you talk shit about the Insane Clown Posse and I'm within earshot, fucking get ready. Get ready for fucking hands. I'm gonna fuck
Dude,
you up.
I respect you for that, because you know what? I started when I started getting into heavy music. I didn't have an older brother. I didn't have friends. We didn't live in a city where we had a CD store. So I got into metal based upon what was on MTV.
Yeah.
So that was what new metal and all that stuff, and it was all over when I actually heard one of the earlier Slayer albums. It was actually South of Heaven, but I knew the difference. Like, oh, I instantly knew
the difference between what, like mainstream new metal-ish kind of
Yeah,
stuff and
that I was
real.
listening to the wrong. But I mean, I still have, especially even like poppy '90s stuff. I still have a nostalgia for that. I actually will listen to quite a bit of.
Here we have comment from Gomez Grip here. Never knew JP was down with ICP. I've known him since 2001. It's because being a metal musician, bringing up ICP is not super fun conversation for me or them, because I will defend them, and they will. People will hate on ICP forever. I understand the music's pretty terrible.
They play music.
They do. But you know, if you are a fan of old school hip hop, their first albums are very good. I understand the subject matter can be ridiculous, but like, why are we hating these guys? These guys have been outspoken about, you know, anti-racism and anti-fascism and anti-bigotry and stuff like that. They do occasionally drop the F word they have in the past. The not fuck.
Oh,
I'm
that.
talking about the other F word, and I'm definitely not cool with that. That sucks. But it's like so many people hate on ICP, and it's like, why can't we aim higher than them? Like, they're just, I don't know. They just seem like nice guys. They're funny. They used to be pro wrestlers. I used to watch them on fucking Monday nights on Raw and shit.
Was that really them? They didn't do like a Boink the Clown thing where they just put somebody else in the makeup?
No, they were legit pro wrestlers, like trained pro wrestlers.
Damn, that's kind of cool.
No, they
I think I'm gonna have to go to Rasputin's and pick yourself up some ICP.
Check. Well, you know, I would, you know, maybe Spotify first. You know,
there you go.
Before you go and spend
check it out, but put your foot in before and see how the water is.
Yeah. I do. Oh, Nick, good comment here. I do appreciate the Miracle song for its positivity. True. That song is ridiculous. It's a terrible song. But it is very positive, and because he says stuff like, yo, it's a miracle, and then the famous line, he goes, magnets, how the fuck does that work? You know, it's like, yeah, there's science, we could explain how magnets work. It's not exactly a miracle, but that's why everyone made fun of that song. But then I like to bring up that Queen has a song called The Miracle, and in that song, they name a bunch of shit that's not miracles. They talk about like the Taj Mahal and stuff like that. It's like, somebody built that. That's not a miracle. It's no more of a miracle than a fucking magnet. But no one's talking shit about Freddie Mercury. Rightfully so. Who would? But anyway, that's enough about ICP. Nobody wants to hear that shit.
Who would win in a wrestling match, Queen or ICP?
Is this an Extreme Rules type of...
baseball bats and barbed wire.
It doesn't matter. The ICP, the Insane Clown Posse, would just body Freddie Mercury. You'd body him.
All right. You check out that band that I sent you?
I did. So you sent me a band called... Whoa. Shit's blowing up here. Edgar Blood. Where did you hear about Edgar Blood?
Edgar Blood is a local musician in the town next door to mine from Vallejo, California. And he's a one-man band.
He's bluesy. He sounds sad.
He kind of does. And that's kind of what I've liked. He kind of got like a riffage. It kind of reminds me of The Sword sometimes, maybe even the White Stripes. Real kind of just riffy. And he plays the drums at the same time. So he'll sit there on a drum set and on a throne and then play guitar and play the drums at the same time. And I thought that was very interesting.
So he'll gig and stuff, and he'll gig like that?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Awesome. So I don't know. It sounds like he tracks some of his stuff. So I don't know when he tracks his albums I could tell there's two guitars, but is he playing the drums and the guitar at the same time and then tracking that second guitar in?
I think for the sake of recording, it'd probably be best to do it one at a time. but you know,
but maybe he can't without the guitar in there. You know, I mean,
he might have put his foot down and said, "No, this is how I fucking do this. Can you play the song or can you not play the fucking song?"
Exactly. You know, yeah. So I don't know. I just thought he was a cool dude, and then he had a cool little thing going on, and then you listen to the music and like, hey, this is actually pretty good.
Have you ever seen him perform?
No, I haven't.
Okay, you gotta. Is he well known?
No, I'm not quite sure if he is. He should be.
Well, after today's broadcast, I mean,
dude, you know it.
Yeah.
Well, I know he puts out albums quite constant because he has one last year and he has one this year.
Oh, that's
looks
awesome.
like right before the pandemic really hit, he released one. But I mean, you really think about it. What's that?
I said one-man band.
No, exactly. Like normally, in my opinion, the drummer is normally holding me up. You can never find your damn drummer. So if you are, did I say damn drummer or damn drummer?
Either one is fitting.
Right.
It's hard to.
But if you're both, if you are both, that's your albums are done. And there's no bass on it either. I think that's what got me to like him. I was thinking like, man, I want to try to play bass in this guy's band.
He's like the fucking Doors, man.
And then I moved.
Oh, yeah.
No Joe Blood.
No Joe Blood. You know, I saw a one-man black metal band one time.
Ymir?
What?
Ymir?
Are you asking me a question, or is that
the name of the one-man black metal band? Ymir?
I don't know. I don't know the name of it.
Okay.
It was live. I think it was a very black metal kind of show because I think Pillager was playing it. And
I think that was Ymir.
Yeah, okay. I thought it was funny. I don't want to clown the dude. Just black metal's not my style in the first place, so I probably wasn't going to dig it anyway. But it was funny because he's just a regular dude, and he's got his guitar set up, and he's got his kick and his you know, he's playing guitar and he's got everything set up for pedals, you know, like kick and snare and stuff like that, so he can have a little blast beat while he plays. And I thought it was funny because he's setting all his stuff up and he's just a regular dude. And then the back of the house, the sound guy is like, okay, time, you know, let's go, we're ready. And then he out of his pocket pulls like a balaclava and puts like a little ski mask on and then starts playing. But we all just saw you setting up your shit without the mask on. So it's like, what's the point of wearing a mask?
You know, maybe it's the same effect of like Guar coming out like without makeup on and tuning their own guitars, and then they go back and get their costumes and makeup on and come and play.
But that worked before the internet and everyone knew what they look like. You know, because everyone found out what they look like. There's absolutely zero mystique if you're out there on stage walking around without the mask, and then the sound guy goes, "All right, let's go," and then he goes, "Shoop, mask time!" I'm like, I'm spooky now.
If it's the same guy, I'm spooky now. If it's the same guy, that guy was from Benicia too, and he worked at the PetSmart. And I saw him just recently before I moved, but we met him in Concord.
Yeah.
And we were at the Tower Records. It was like me, Josh, and Lumberjack years ago.
Uh-huh.
And there was a local metal section, and we're like, "Hey, what should we check out?" And they go, "Hey, Adam, what band should these guys check out?" He goes, "Ymir," and just walks off. I'm like, all right. We pick up the Ymir thing. We get in the car. We put the CD in. We look at it. It's like, dude, it was that dude. He recommended his own fucking band.
Oh, he was the guy.
Yeah, he was the dude. But as a joke, the other employees were like, "Hey, Adam, you got some more suckers over here. Want to know what to recommend?" So, but yeah, I've run into him throughout the years, and that was the MySpace days. So we kind of followed him, and he was just a normal dude that loved black metal. He has a pretty wife and kids. And
is he well known? Because you know who he is. People seem to know who he is, and he wasn't like headlining the show. He was just one of the acts there. So
I think he just gigged and at the time he did the work. You know,
he just developed a little recognition. Yeah.
No, exactly. Well, and also again, those MySpace days that really helped get your name out and promote your music, and without all the BS of everything else, you know.
I loved MySpace. It was so fun.
You weren't force-fed everybody's opinion. You had to go looking for it if you wanted it. If I wanted to know what you thought, I had to click on your blog.
And
you couldn't post that shit on my page.
That's when you get something shoved down your throat, is when you click on someone's page and the music starts playing immediately. That's what I loved about MySpace. You could have,
but you went there for a reason, you know.
Yeah, exactly. You could check out. Dude, it was so good for music. I learned about bands. I found bands. We were able to promote our bands so much easier.
No, and then the friends, the top 8 was the coolest, because you're like, oh well, who do they like? All right, well, and that's how we found Devastator. That's how we found Hatchet. You know, like, oh, they have a MySpace, dude. Check out Hatchet's top 8. You know, and that.
Did you ever expand into a top 16 or anything like that? Because you could expand it.
I did, and I got all my homies on there, but I always got in trouble because the band was always still number 1 and the girlfriend was number 2. And that just wasn't going to change, and I got into a lot of trouble for that. So the top 32, I definitely didn't miss.
Man. I miss MySpace. All right, well, let's wrap this thing up. I got to go to the studio. You're probably late to check out of your hotel.
Yeah, I'm about 11 minutes late. They're probably sitting outside going, fucking mother, you know.
You just got to say, hey, I asked for a late check-in. And then they go, you
right?
did? And you go, yeah.
It's like, you know what? I was sleeping, okay? Like, we can hear you talking to your phone.
So that's going to do it for us today. It's the morning after. Joe, you got anything going on? What's going on with you, man? Got anything to plug?
No, nothing right now. We are, ZH is releasing a music video today.
That's right. What time?
You definitely want, it should be very soon. There's a cool video that we all put together, and sweet. We're actually really excited for that. And then what else am I promoting? Other than that, it's just writing music, man. I mean, DH is definitely going to try to do an album, and if I could find a drummer up here, I've been dusting off my bass album that I was trying to put out a couple years ago.
Well, you know, people record themselves at home pretty easily these days, so you might be able to get some interwebs session in going on.
Well, I'm gonna definitely try that. I'm gonna look into that, JP.
Yeah. Okay.
What about you? You got anything fun going on other than the album?
No. Check out The Morning After with Big Joe and JP. JP and Big Joe, rather. My name goes first. Always remember that. That's about it. Got a Stray Rebel Bullet album coming out. Check out The Warrior Room. We do at-home workouts. That's my home gig. That's what pays the bills, baby. Besides President Trump. Thank you for my stimulus. But anyway, not a whole lot going on. Check out The Warrior Room, and definitely check us out next week. We got a special guest next week, and we'll be announcing that later. Tomorrow. We'll announce it tomorrow or something. No, Monday. Tomorrow. Monday's better. Monday. Or maybe the day before. What's good? Like the night before? That way they don't know.
No, a couple days. A couple days before.
Maybe stew on it for a couple days. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. We're new to this. We're trying to figure out how to make the sausage.
We know how to eat it. We're trying to figure out how to make it now.
Boy, I can eat me some sausage. Okay. All right, Joe. You've done a great job here. I love you. I love everybody. Thanks for checking us out. We'll be back again next Friday at 10 a.m. every Friday. And like I said, check it out. We'll have a guest, and we'll talk to you soon. Here we go. A little expert advice from Jeremy. Monday, Wednesday, or Friday at 12 p.m. is best days to launch/reach everyone in all time zones. Boom. Thank you,
I'm trying to reach everybody.
I'm trying to reach everybody. Jeremy, thank you for your advice. Check out J Power Sucks on Twitch. He's got a sweet little Twitch channel. And my man's always streaming. All right, guys, have a great day. We'll see you next Friday. Until next time, goodbye.